Welcome to another Hops update. Today, Hops and I are going to show you how to combine our last two lessons. Our last lesson was teaching lefts and rights. The lesson before that was backs. Today, for the first time with Hops, we're going to combine a left and a back or a right and a back. I feel pretty confident that she'll do well, but we're going to go to the field in just a minute and show you how she does for the first go round. But with Hops, again, like always, I'm going to start this exercise with a white bumpers just to make it as easy as possible on the dog. And one more note, just remember, don't make this too complicated. Don't put out a left and a right and a back. Just do a right and a back or a left and a back. Don't overcomplicate it for the dog. There's just too many choices they have to make. And actually with Hops, we've already done a right and a left out, and she's done fairly well with that. So today we're just going to throw in the back and see if she can pick the different ones. So let's go to the field and we'll see how she does. Hops and I are now in the field and we're ready to set this up for you. We're going to start with a back and a right cast. Again, we have never done this before. This is the first time that Hops has done it. So we'll learn together how well she knows her backs and her rights. And then we'll come back and we'll discuss it. Just so you know, I'm going to put the back out first, and I'm going to throw a bumper to the right, and then we'll have her do the back and then go to the right, and to see how she does. So here we go. Hops. Back. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Good girl, Hops. Good girl. Good girl. So good. Good girl. Come on. Good girl. Yeah. Stop. Back. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Okay, we can see that Hops obviously passed that test very, very well. One thing that I wanted to mention is, if you'll notice, whenever we had the bumper to the right, I used my left hand to cast with. That's called your offhand. That's just ensuring that the dog is kind of a little extra insurance possibly that the dog is not going to go to the right. You're using the opposite side of your body. You may even step to the left a little bit when you say back to encourage the dog to go to the left and go back and get the bumper. Really couldn't ask more than that from her. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but it's pretty warm here today, and Hops laying down like this is not a big deal at all. That's great. She's not going anywhere. She's still attentive to me. She's just taking a little bit of a rest. So if your dog does that, you know, when you're sitting and you're working your dog, don't be upset about that. I think that's great. The dog is staying right with you where they're supposed to be at. So with this drill, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put out, instead of a right, I'm going to do a left. And then quickly I'm going to move to the feathered cover bumpers, just again so the dog doesn't have the visual cues, but they have to remember with my direction where they're supposed to go, use their nose. We want good game finders, and that's what we're going to do the rest of this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you back again in the next week or so for another hops update.